Welcome back to My Kingdom Come, Deliverance to playthrough. Last time, we rescued Nero after many tries, got drunk with the Dry Devil and his crew, won another village fighting contest, and went on the hunt for dragon bones. So let's get into today's stream and action. Also, welcome Furby.
Taking their time again. Christ, what's the holds up?
Okay. Let's see what we can do today.
Hail Mary!
Kind master, eh, Doggy?
You're a drat.
Aye, that's me.
Can I ask you something?
Ask away, but do it fast. I don't have all day.
Do you know a fella by the name of Mikush?
I don't know any Mikesh.
Nah, knock it off. I hear you left the tavern together. And no one has seen Mikush since.
Oh yeah, that fella. We were heading in the same direction, but then went separate ways. That's all I know.
You certainly know something about Mikush's disappearance, and you should talk.
Should I? Why's that?
It's got to do with your well-being. If you don't talk, I'll beat you worse than a dog.
All right, fine. Just calm down. It's not my fault. It was Hanka.
Who's Hanka?
An old acquaintance of mine. We've known each other for years. He was a hired hand in Messalus. Certainly know what happened there. The horror. Not long ago, he came to see me. Said he was the only survivor from the entire village, but I know that wasn't true.
Because you met Mikush.
I thought he'd be quite happy that someone else got away, but he was actually quite upset about it.
What do you mean, upset?
Well, you could see it on him, all nervous-like. Seemed to me like it was rubbing him up the wrong way. That Mikush, of all people, survived.
Did he have any issues with Mikush?
Perhaps there was something between them. I didn't ask.
So, someone comes to see you, acts all odd, and you don't ask any questions? I don't believe you. You must have had a normal conversation, seeing as you're old friends. And he had to have told you something.
Well, I understood he quarrelled with Mikush and his family about some money, a family inheritance. Nothing unique there. It happens in every family, so I didn't pry any deeper. Then he said he'd like to talk to Mikush and whether I could set up a meeting.
What happened then?
Hanka told me to take Mikush outside the village and then he'd meet him there. But he said Mikush couldn't know about him, and he left figuring out how to do that up to me. So I played dice with Mikush. He's damn good, so I had no problem losing a few games. In no time at all, I owed him quite a few quotient. I told him I could pay my debt immediately, but he'd have to come with me to my hiding place. He didn't blink an eye. He's damn trusting, given how things are today. I took him a little way outside the village, told him I was going to take a piss, and then took off. And that's all. I don't know anything else.
Where did you take him? I want the exact location.
Yeah, here, just outside the village, on the way towards Missalus.
And then what happened?
Then I went home. I told you, I don't know much.
Are you trying to lie again, Drat? If he wanted to settle a family dispute with Mikush, he wouldn't have lured him outside the village for a chat. Unless you want to piss me off, you'll tell me the truth. Now.
All right, fine. It was a bit further away from the village. Actually, it was quite far.
Where were you supposed to take Mikush?
A crossroads by the forest, on the way to Missalus. Actually, almost right by Missalus. A little beyond the woodsman's camp. Just go straight. 2 roads intersect there. It's the only proper crossroads on the way.
What happened at the crossroads? I want the truth.
Well, as I was saying, I took Mikush there and told him I needed to take a piss. Then Hanka jumped out of the woods with some bandits. They grabbed him. He began to scream, but there was no one around to hear him.
And what did you do?
I didn't wait to find out what would happen. I ran.
What did Hanka promise you for bringing Mikush to him?
Nothing. I did it out of friendship.
Are you trying to lie again?
All right. He said he'd give me part of the buried inheritance.
So Hanka wanted to get his hands on that inheritance the whole time?
I reckon so.
He felt the family owed it to him, but I don't understand why.
Family. Skeletons in the closet. You never know.
How long have you known Hanka? Since you're such good friends.
We go back a long way. As youngsters, we'd beat the shit out of each other in the Messalus tavern. As it often goes, we ended up becoming friends over a beer, you know? But I haven't seen him since I've been working as a catchpole. Not until now, that is.
Well, if you were such good friends, you must know more than you're telling me.
Maybe. But it's not important.
Every detail is important.
So listen up. Hanka always had one big problem. No woman would have him. He's always said it's because he's not rich. But he's just a hired hand. As if a hired hand can't shag. The stories I could tell.
Get to the point.
Last year, his cousin danced with him at a feast. He was like a new man. He wouldn't stop talking about her. Vendula this, Vendula that. As if he was in love with her. And then, all of a sudden, nothing. He never mentioned her again.
Where might Hanka be now?
I only know what he told me. That he ran off into the forest. So I reckon he's got some kind of shelter there.
I'm not wasting any more time with you. God only knows what Hanka's done to Mikush, and you're responsible for it. Be ashamed. You sold out an innocent man for a handful of groschen. Sickening.
I'm truly sorry.
Well, being sorry won't help. You're a snake in the grass. You deserve punishment.
Please, don't tell anyone. No one can find out.
I could keep my mouth closed, but it's going to cost you something.
Here, take this. It's all I have. And don't tell a soul, please.
Nice, lad. Farewell, Drat. I really need to eat something. Quick! 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 Car! Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Quick! 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 Whoa! Whoa! Blood. And quite a lot of it, too. It looks like they dragged that poor wretch further. I have to find out where. That must be Mikush's hat. It looks like it fell off when they dragged him into the woods. I have to find out which way they took him.
talked, this wouldn't have happened.
He didn't give him a chance. He should have given him a breather, not just... You're a dead man!
Attack! Come and help us!
I yield! Mercy!
Christ! Fuck me.
Christ. He's on his last legs. I'll come back to him. But I can't be long. He won't last much longer. Maybe some herbs would help him. Medicinal ones. They help with healing. If I place them on his wounds and dress them, he could get some relief. Maybe a potion would help him. It's a shame I don't know much about potions. Let's have a look then. The burns look ugly, but something tells me they aren't the main problem. The stab wounds are worse. They're red at the edges and are hot to the touch. I think this wound is infected. I ought to do something about it. At the very least, clean and bandage it. I've seen enough. I don't know exactly what's wrong with him, but I can't leave him like this. I'll do the best I can, then leave it up to God. What are we going to do with you? I should clean that wound first. This'll sting a bit.
Ah! That hurts!
The wound is clean. That should stop the pus from forming. I ought to put herbs on that wound. But I won't do that now. I'll give you a healing potion. I'm sure it'll help. This one should do the trick. Drink up. I should bandage it for you. I'll just wrap it tight. There we are. I'll pray for you. At least your soul will get some relief. How does it go again? All praise and glory is yours, Lord our God, for you have called us to serve you in love. Bless Mikush, so that he may bear this illness in union with your son's obedient suffering. Restore him to health, and lead him to glory. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. I'll be back.
Christ!
That's all. I'm sure he'll pull through. Mikush?
Who are you?
Henry. But that's not important now. What happened here? Why did they torture you?
I buried inheritance. I told Hanka that the only person who knows where our inheritance is buried is Svatava. And then he burned me. So much pain. I told him where he could find her. My God, he took his men and headed out for her. To the hut. You have to save them. Hurry. I'll follow you. Don't wait for me. Their lives are in danger.
Ka! 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 Go! Ka! Ka! On the fields, she had a back like a dry twig, and you knew it.
Calm down and let her go.
All I want is what belongs to me.
Let her go immediately.
Take another step, and I'll slit her throat. To hell with it.
Don't do it. Do you hear me? You'll be sorry.
Someone else is going to be sorry here.
For God's sake, talk to me.
Why are you sticking your nose into this?
Coward. Leave the woman alone and come fight with a real man.
I'll kill you all! It's all your fault. You forced me to do it. You aren't leaving here alive. long years.
Let her go immediately.
Take another step, and I'll slit her throat.
Don't do it. Do you hear me? You'll be sorry.
Someone else is going to be sorry here.
For God's sake, talk to me.
Why are you sticking your nose into this?
Calm down, Hanker. Let's talk this over. We can find a reasonable solution here. Easy now. Let's deal with this like reasonable men.
I'm not dealing with anything. I've had enough humiliation. We stood for...
Let her go immediately.
Take another step, and I'll slit her throat.
Don't do it. Do you hear me? You'll be sorry.
Someone else is going to be sorry here.
For God's sake, talk to me.
Why are you sticking your nose into this?
You're lucky it's me you ran into. I'm a good friend of the Lord of this forest. I mean that the Lord could be forgiving of you and your men.
It's too late for that. It's all you... We stood by and watched for 20 years. 20 long years.
This guy is a loser, unless she always has to die.
Let her go immediately.
Take another step, and I'll slit her throat.
Don't do it. Do you hear me? You'll be sorry.
Someone else is going to be sorry here.
For God's sake, talk to me.
Why are you sticking your nose into this?
If you let her go, I'll give you money.
Really?
You can count on it.
All right. Look, I know it doesn't look good, but I was in the right. The money they hid, it belongs to me. It's my inheritance.
I don't understand. You'll have to explain it to me.
My grandfather, old Svotosh, was rich. He worked the fields all around Messeris. He built a beautiful house. He had many children, but only 2 daughters made it into adulthood. Svatova and my mother, Ludmila. When he was dying, he fucked my mother over and gave the house and all his money to Svatova and that tailor of hers.
It was his property. He had the right to decide who would inherit it.
He had no fucking right. Svatosh hated my father. He was just your average poor commoner, but that wasn't good enough for his high and mighty self. Svatova and Mikush got married off in Kutenberg at the Church of St. Peter and Pavel. But did they invite my parents? I was still little, but I remember he treated us like dirt. And not just him. We barely had any proper food to eat. Pa had to go work in the mines at Horsham for a few groschen. He ended up trapped under rubble there. He died a cripple. After that, no one even moved a finger to help us. Not Svatova, not Mikush, no one.
You're damn lucky I came in time to help, Mikush. Things might have ended up much worse.
I only wanted justice. Nothing more.
Drat told me you were attracted to Vendula.
That's not true.
Don't lie. I hear she danced with you, and you were over the moon.
I wasn't. I just... Not so many girls dance with me.
Because you're just a hired hand?
Well, she's my cousin. So I wasn't head over heels for her or anything. No way. I mean, who want me anyway?
I get it. You're alone and desperate. It's sad not to have someone by your side.
You're right.
But believe me, there is someone out there for everyone. It's God's will.
You think so?
Certainly. Try and pray more, and visit the baths. That's important.
I wish I heard that earlier.
But it's never too late to change, believe me. Look at me. I'm just an ordinary village boy.
You might be right.
If you felt aggrieved, you should have found another way. Violence solves nothing.
That's the first time I've heard that. You don't exactly look like the type of man that would avoid, say, torturing an enemy. Or am I wrong?
I need to have a good reason to get violent.
Are you saying I didn't have a good reason?
In any case, you should apologize. You put them through hell.
I won't apologize to anyone. They had a guilty conscience because of what they did to me. If they shared just a bit of their wealth, nothing would have happened to them. But they didn't. They fucked up my life. I'm poor and alone.
Tell me one thing. How did you survive what happened in Messalis?
Dumb fucking luck, I reckon. That band of despicable cutthroats. Once they made their way into the courtyard, all hell broke loose. Tried to defend ourselves, but everyone but me fell. So I fled to save my brother and mother, but it was too late. Everything was burning. I took off running and didn't stop until I was deep in the forest.
No matter what you've done, I must admit, I feel sorry for you. I know well what you went through. Your family? What happened to them?
No one survived. No one was expecting it. Once the soldiers entered the village, there was no escape. Their captain got his eye on my brother, who worked with me in the courtyard. Franz was barely 15. He didn't stand a chance. I ran out to the fields for Ma, but they got there first. All I could hear was a screaming. And then it stopped. I lost everyone. But Svatova and Mikush didn't.
I'm sorry, but your misfortune gives you no right to harm others. How did you join up with the bandits?
My first night out, I slept under a tree. I was starving, so I went out hunting for mushrooms, but then I saw a fire. It was that gang. Captain Loiser was their leader, a big fella. They said they'd let me join if I beat him in a fight. So, I beat him. And they made me their leader.
What about Loiser?
They buried him in a glade.
I reckon that was no great loss.
I don't know. We didn't really get to know each other.
Enough talk.
Be reasonable. No one died in the end.
I said, enough talk. I know how to end this whole unfortunate situation. Take what I said about rectification to heart, and leave here in peace.
Very well. I was getting sick of the bandit life anyway. You'll never see me around these parts again. I swear. Farewell.
I want to kill him.
Oh!
What are you? want! I'll rip you to shreds, you scum! Attack! Everyone, get over here!
Just like that.
Don't worry. He'll handle it. Easy, sweetheart.
He wanted to kill me.
It's all right.
You both all right?
My sweet Vendula. Did he hurt you?
I'm all right, Ma.
Thank God. Thanks for the rescue, Henry. And what about my husband? Did you find him?
I did. Hanker was keeping him in his camp. He was nearly a goner, but I managed to treat his wounds.
His wounds? My God. What did those bastards do to him?
They didn't treat him nicely, that's for sure. But he'll tell you himself. He's on his way back now.
Hunker, that bastard. I hope he'll pay for all his crimes.
He's paid for his crimes. He won't hurt anyone ever again.
Some weeds just have to be pulled out before it's too late, as Ma used to say.
Hanker didn't end up killing anyone.
Oh, stop talking nonsense. Every criminal deserves a just punishment. And I thought seeing my own home burned to the ground was the worst thing.
We've gone through a lot, Ma. So much suffering. We have to leave this place. Get as far away as possible, as soon as possible.
Wait. Did you hear something?
I don't hear anything.
There! Again! Someone's outside. Jesus! It's those bandits! There must have been more of them.
Ma, take it easy. I don't hear anything.
Henry, go and have a look.
Oh, it's not the bandits. Look who's come home.
Mikush!
Pa!
You made it here quickly.
I came as fast as I could. I nearly gave up the ghost. I was so worried about the two of you.
I'm so glad you survived. That horrible hunker tried to kill us.
I know. All because of the inheritance. He went absolutely mad.
If it weren't for Henry, he'd have killed Vendula. And then me.
That lunatic. Who would have guessed that about him? He used to be a good lad.
Well, that good lad is gone for good. Henry sent him straight to hell.
Well, I suppose it's for the best. I'm awfully knackered. I need to lie down for a bit. Will you help me?
Of course, Pa. Come and rest inside.
I reckon you're hungry too. Vendula, give him some gruel. It should still be warm.
All right. Come on, Pa. Carefully.
And the two of us should have a word.
What did you want to talk about?
I wanted to thank you for everything. You saved our entire family.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
As you might have figured out, everything that happened was all because of our inheritance, which I hid from the soldiers in Messalis. I understand you've done everything you can for us, but I wanted to ask if you could go and get it for us. You're a strong, capable man, and you don't scare easy, and it'll be worth your efforts. Trust me.
All right, I'll look for it. But you'll have to tell me where I'll find it.
Listen, I'll tell you everything. My memory's not as good as it once was. Our house is the third one on the right when you follow the main road towards Visoka. Anyone entering the village goes by our house. Must have been about 2 days before the tragedy. The neighbor boy ran over and started yelling about how something was coming, that he'd heard it from the patrol on the road. No one believed him, not even his pa. After all, why would soldiers attack a monastery village, one far from their camp? It didn't make any sense. That night, though, I had a strange dream. I tried to put out a fire, but the more water I poured on it, the bigger the flames got. So, I decided to hide all our valuables. Only I couldn't do it during the day. I was worried someone would see me. I put all of it in a chest, loaded it onto a handcart, and waited till nightfall.
Continue.
When night fell, I snuck out the back of our house with the handcart, making my way through the hole in the fence next to the compost heap. Mikush was supposed to fix that hole a long time ago. But as good as he is with a needle and thread, well, when it comes to other work, you can forget about it. At least it made things easier for me. First, I headed right. Then I turned left, up the path, around the neighbor's barn. It's outside his fence. I had to stop there, because the neighbor's little brat was still awake and wandering around. Fortunately, he didn't see me. So I kept going past a low wall where 2 paths cross. There, I went left. Once I was safely out of the village, a dog started barking at me, so I had to pick up the pace. Instead of turning right down the path, I went straight into the field there. That handcart was damned heavy, and it was rough going off the path. I crossed the field, making it to the woods, but the wheel got stuck there. I couldn't go any further, and it was pitch black. I lit a lantern and dug a pit to fit that chest. Took me forever. When I was done, I could barely walk straight. The sun was coming up. I left the handcart and shovel there and went back the way I came. I hope those directions are good enough for you to find it.
That's all I need. I'll go and find your inheritance. What's the story with your inheritance?
My father, Old Man Svatosh, was quite wealthy, at least compared to the rest of the village. You see, he worked all fields and farms around here. He had 9 children, but only me and my younger sister Ludmilla made it into adulthood. And then, when he died, he left everything to me. He wanted to be sure, because with Ludmilla, he was worried she'd blow through all of it.
Why did your father disinherit Ludmilla?
She was quite flighty. She liked to have a good time, if you know what I mean. She was never without a man. Then, she brought this hired hand home. Fanosh was his name. She had to marry him, as she was in the family way. Svatosh threw her out of the house without a second thought, heartlessly. And he never mentioned her again.
Why didn't you help Ludmilla then? Hanka said you didn't care about them. That you left them to starve to death.
That's not true. I offered to help her. I found her a job, but it was in vain. She was mad. Sometimes something came over her, like she was possessed. It was frightening, and it got worse and worse. It seems Hanka has inherited it from her. Those aren't the kind of people you let live in your house.
I'm going for the inheritance. I hope it's still there.
I'm sure it is. No one would ever think to look where it's hidden. Me, Vendula, and Mikush will wait here for you.
Rest. You'll be back on your feet soon enough.
Christ, pardon me.
Mikash's family lived. It's a pretty big house for 3 people. I reckon they had a lot to be jealous of.
Kellä tuolla peleyttä sorda. Hei! Panako pojan?
Lords are playing soldiers, and it's the ordinary folks that suffer. Just like in Skalitz. Stench of fire. No. I don't want to be reminded of that day.
I have wonderful news.
What's going on? What are you doing here?
Friend, welcome. I'm glad you're passing by. At least I won't be celebrating alone. I'm a father. My first son.
Well, congratulations are in order. What's his name?
Oh, Jonty. His name's Jonty.
I wish Jonty the best of health then.
My sentiments exactly. Best of health. You have to drink to him with me. I've got some fine brandy here. Come on. Let's drink to his health.
What kind of brandy is this exactly?
Why, it's the finest I have. My late father gave it to me, saying that when he had a grandson, we drank it together. But he didn't live to see it.
Uh-huh.
It's been buried in the ground for 10 years, waiting for this moment. I'm sure you'll like it.
Thanks, but I'm not in the mood.
I'd be very offended, young man. You don't even want to wish my newborn good health?
I don't drink with strangers.
Who the fuck do you think I am, you prick? Here I am, offering to share my best booze with you, and this is how you treat me. I'll teach you, you cocky bastard. Go to hell. Let's see what you're made of.
This is where Svativa took the handcart onto the meadow. The inheritance can't be far.
Come here!
Go! Quick! Gah! Gah! Go! Quick! Gah! Go! Whoa! 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 I was in Merciless and followed your instructions.
And? Did you find it?
The chest was buried by the forest, exactly where you said. Next to the handcart.
My God! Thank you for everything. Vendula! Mikush! Henry has returned, and he found our inheritance.
Finally! Some good news.
Don't keep us waiting, Henry. Let's see what you have for us.
Here's that figurine.
Well, thanks, but there was more than that in the chest, wasn't there?
I thought this was about the inheritance, wasn't it? About the figurine.
Wasn't there some fabric in there?
And money?
You have the figurine. That'll have to do.
So you decided to keep the rest? That doesn't surprise me. What can you do? That's life. At least we have our ancestor back. He'll bring us luck.
Well, thanks, Henry.
Leave him be. After all he's done for us, he deserves a reward. Even if he chose it himself.
That's one way to look at it.
If you ever feel like learning something new, Mikush here would be glad to teach you.
So he teach me to play dice, eh?
You can't learn dice. You have to have it in your blood.
That's not what I meant. He's a tailor by trade, so he can show you how to mend your clothes.
I reckon I could. Stop by, Henry. I'll find time for you.
God bless.
Greetings to you too.
How did he know that there was fabrics? And how did the daughter know there was money in the chest if the mother was the only one who buried it and knew about it?
At least take a bath before you go out.
Take that, you shit! Ha! Bleeding, are ya? It's a wonder you're still standing. Not tough enough on your own.
I hate the archery in this game.
So, it's you.
Uh-huh.
Hello and welcome, Raider. Raiders. How was your stream and what was you streaming? Eurus is a long story.
I thought it was old Bart, but then I heard him coughing his lungs up in the yard again today.
Not a chance. That old coot will outlive us all. No, it was young.
Him? But he was fit as a fiddle.
I have about 23 hours long videos.
But never woke up. It's a mystery.
God, that's terrible.
His mother said he'd been complaining he couldn't feel his left arm. and that he was seeing things.
And he was dead in the morning? Poor thing.
Aye. He had his whole life in front of him.
Of
Next
my
thing you know,
progress of
he was being buried.
KCD2.
I better go. Farewell.
Oh, aye. See you later.
You're the third guard to stop me today. No, I'm just unlucky. If I refuse,
So, how are you finding the
How did it
game
go?
and
I
story?
see him, but he threw me out. And you're surprised? But it was
Easy.
a misunderstanding.
Easy.
yeah.
Nice and slow. Quick. Quick.
Hail, good man.
Ugh, have you been rolling in shit? Greetings. What's with all the blood?
I've come to hand over the dragon bones, like you asked.
Excellent. Let me see them.
Hold your horses. How about that reward you promised me?
Don't worry, I have it right here for you.
Here you
Sorry
go.
about the ads.
This is all I found. I don't know what happened with that commander. I just met some upstart who was going around with his thugs trying to intimidate people. But I sorted him out too.
So you didn't come across my men at all? That's odd. I'm curious what they'll tell me when they return. You did a good job. All right. We agreed on a hefty reward. Here it is. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Perhaps we shall meet again.
Likewise. Thank you.
Take care, friend.
God be with you.
Netter Wauwau. Lieber Hund. Christ, you stink to high heaven.
Das sieht gar nicht so schlimm aus. Just clean up a bit.
I've never played a game like this before, but I'm also loving it.
Diese Schweine, diese ekelhaften Schweine. Who do they think is going to clean up after them? Was für ein Scheiß.
wasn't
braver
here
Köter.
before.
Ganz brav.
Did I forget to add salt?
So I need to go find the soldiers' camp now.
Ah! Quick! Quick!
Get out! Huh? Sod off! Sod off! Get out! Sod off! Get out! That's more like it.
that mangy mutt.
Mother of...
Mother.
Two and a half badgers, thanks.
Wake up.
Hey, you!
I came to talk to you.
What are you on about, yokel? This is a military position, not some tavern where you can blabber nonsense.
How dare you speak to me like that, you foul-mouthed lout? One more word, and I'll knock you sideways into next Sunday.
Fine, fine, just relax. Hardly anything happened. What do you want, then?
I hear you're stopping wagons and collecting a toll from merchants to pass.
Well, aye. We're assigned to guard this road. The king himself ordered us to collect the toll. We've even got a safe conduct. But it's in black and white. Look for yourself.
Give it here.
Be my guest.
My devoted and faithful, Sigismund.
Sigismund, you blockhead.
Yeah, Sigismund of the House of Luxembourg, King of Hungar.
See? A letter from the king himself. We're just carrying out his orders here, and you're holding us up.
I don't give a fuck. Give me that safe conduct, or it'll end badly for you.
Ha! I think not, you pisspot. I've dealt with far tougher men than you before. Don't try your luck.
Enough blather. Let's see how lucky you are.
You're a dead man. We're under attack!
Didn't end well for him.
Gepriesen sei der Herr.
I brought you that safe conduct.
Mein Gott, you really did it. And what about the soldiers? Where they are?
Nowhere now. I took care of them.
Himmel. No messing around with them, huh? You do us a great service, friend. And also save us much money. For that you deserve a reward. Thanks 100-fold. Möge Gott mit dir sein.
What the thief? Help me!
Hey, what's that?
Leave.
Oh, that's enough!
Hilfe! Hilfe!
Damn, I messed up.
That smell wasn't here before. I can't really smell it anymore. Or was I imagining it all along?
I steal all the things.
such a naughty dog.
I'm too used of Skyrim with all the stealing.
Shit! Damnation!
All I have to do now is the main quest at the moment.
Is that today's special, or is it part of the decor?
God?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin.
I won't tell you anything, stranger. If there's something you want to know, Shenyek will tell you. Or not.
Could you tell me more about this Chenyek?
No, I couldn't. We don't talk to strangers here.
Could you tell me more about this Chenyek?
No, I couldn't. We don't talk to strangers here.
And where can I find this Chenyek?
How do I know? He'll be round here somewhere. Or not. See if he's with Hugo.
And who's he?
You'll recognize him.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can find that Chenyek. I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
Aye. But I reckon I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Why not?
Because I don't know you. Although the way you're kitted out, you seem like you might fit in here.
I simply have to find him. And I couldn't care less whether I do it the easy way or the hard way. So don't fuck with me, or I'll have you. Along with the whole of this lousy pigsty.
You know what? If you think you're tough, go and see Goliath in the barn in the yard. He's always on the lookout for bruisers like you. And if you get through that alive, come back here and we'll talk.
I'll be on my way.
Smart lad.
Thank you for the follow.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Let me sleep. Let me sleep. I'm trying to sleep here. Let me sleep.
filthy again. Damn it.
I have someone working on a new model for me, and I'm also working on new emotes for myself.
Aye, of course.
Greetings, my friend.
Is it true you hold fights here?
No bloody way. What we do here has nothing to do with fighting. Teeth fly in all directions. Bones crack. Blood flows. It's a bloodbath.
And people do this voluntarily?
Not only voluntarily, but willingly. There's quite a nice heap of money in it. And there are other things at play.
And what can I get for you? What can you do?
That sounds like something for me.
As you wish. But if Damian, Zarvish or Goliath slice you into schnitzel, don't come crying to me.
You can't scare me. I'm in.
Have it your way. I warned you. First, pay me the entry fee.
Here.
Well, let's see. A fight with Damian is first up for you. If he doesn't get you by force, he will certainly get you by pure stench alone.
Can't wait.
Zarvish is up second. When he fights, it's a joy to behold. But there's this one catch. When he's sober, he's not worth a damn. If you want to fight with him, you have to make certain he's got some drinks in him.
And can't you get those drinks into him yourself? You run this place, don't you?
I could, but Zarvish has quite a tab here already, so he won't get even a drop on the house anymore. But I won't let him fight if he's sober. Do with that what you may. The last one is Goliath, our champion. Nobody's ever defeated him here.
Maybe I'll be the first.
I know Goliath, and I know what he's capable of. If you value your life, when you go down, stay down. Well, and that's that. We hold the fights in the building next door. The lads will already be waiting for you there. And one more thing. No giving up. You fight as long as you're standing, and if you lose, well, you'll see.
Wonderful. What's new in the city?
Oh, there was this bloke here in fancy clothes. His name was Johann Parler. He said he was looking for a blacksmith who'll take on any job. Why don't you go and see him? I think he said he lived in the inn, in the merchant's quarter. And that's about it.
That doesn't sound bad. Thank you, innkeeper.
Oh, well. Now
I'd like something to eat and to spend the night.
Aye, we've got some room left. And for how long?
I just seen more of the work for the model the other day.
I need to stay longer.
No problem, but she'll pay in advance.
It looks amazing.
Let's talk about the price.
All right then. Agreed then. The room's yours. Anyone can sleep like a king here. And if you're hungry, there's some food in the pot. Are we going to have gruel again tonight?
I apologize. Christ, it's hot out.
Chenyek sent me. He said you're supposed to try me out.
You don't seem worth bothering if it's what Chenyek wants. First take that kit off. Take off all your armor. Best strip off on top, or at least to your shirt. And no weapons.
Christ be praised.
Excuse me?
Where do you think you're going? What are you waking me up for? Go away.
Well, shall we fight?
You again? Fine by me. First take that kit off. Take off all your armor. Best strip off on top, or at least to your shirt. And no weapons.
Well, shall we fight?
You again? Fine by me. Come on then. Prepare to fight. Fuck you! Wanker! Wanker! Fuck you!
Just you. Oh, you.
You surprise me. Not many fellas can stand up to Goliath.
You know how it is. The bigger they come, the harder they fall. It's all in the technique, innit, mate?
You ain't wrong. If you want to give it another go, have a word with Mole. We have this contest, if you get my drift. What was it you wanted to know?
I'm looking for Goatskin. I hear he used to come here.
Aye. Thing is, ain't nobody seen him here for a few days.
But he used to come here.
Aye. He was here day in, day out. Only this time some burly lads came here and duffed him up proper.
Do you know the men who beat him up?
No, but there were some Jews among them, and that's pretty odd, seeing as how they don't usually get mixed up in nothing.
Why did they give him such a beating? Did they say anything?
Well, Goatskin is a right knobhead. Always asking for it, he is. But I reckon this time it was about his big gob. The last week he was coming, throwing glint around. And when we squeezed him about where he got the coin, he said he was spying for some lord.
And does this lord have a name?
He didn't say. We didn't swallow his yarn about spying anyway. We reckoned he made a score and just wanted to look like a big man.
What happened to Goatskin? Does anyone know where he is now?
No word, but I reckon he's holed up somewhere, licking his wounds. Seems he stuck his nose in a wasp's nest, and he won't be sticking it out again for a while. If you're going to look for him, try it at night. You don't stray far when he's on the job, usually between Hradek and the horse market. He goes after drunks, so I try asking in the local drinking dens.
All right. What does he look like, though? He can't be the only fella who likes to relieve drunks of their purses.
God's truth, but you'll know Goatskin when you see him. They call him that on account of how he got kicked in the head by a goat as a nipper. He's got a dent in his forehead you could use for a game of marbles.
Thanks. I'll go and look for him.
I wish you luck then. He ain't the brightest, but he's got a real talent for saving his own skin. Once you're done with him, come by and see us. Seems after all you're a pretty handy bloke. We could use the likes of you.
If you've got some job for me, you can tell me straight up. So what kind of work do you have for me?
A job worthy of your skills. But first, just a little test to see that you're not as dim-witted as that arsehole Goatskin. What is Wycliffe's first thesis?
When our Lord Jesus Christ commanded us to repent, he wanted the believer's whole life to be one of repentance.
Well done, brother! Second question. Which estate has the greatest reformatory potential?
The nobility.
While the nobility has the means to spread the Reformation, it lacks the motivation, not to mention that most nobles are corrupted by the Antichrist. The answer is the common people.
After our talk about Goatskin, I didn't think you'd know about these things.
You thought we were just paupers who couldn't count to 5, didn't you? But now let's see who's the pauper. Last question. Who is the rightful king of Bohemia?
Wenceslas. There's no doubt about it.
Indeed. All right. Now let's talk about the job. Maybe this will disappoint you a little, but it concerns Wenceslas's brother. It's he who will secure your place in our humble company.
And then I'll get cheaper beer, and you'll let me borrow your loaded dice?
Ha! You missed these people here by half a century. We call ourselves the Guild. We profess the ideals of equality and brotherhood. Our only law is the Holy Bible. Worldly justice is as fickle as a common whore, yielding to those who are in power.
Justice for me or the gallows. Aren't you afraid to end up there?
Friend, one must be willing to suffer for the truth. Sigismund is a usurper. And the church and the magistrates are but a lowly horse spreading her legs for Sigismund. As long as we go against Sigismund and honor the scripture, our souls remain pure.
What if I go and tell the bailiff you're calling him a whore? Just out of courtesy, you know?
Go ahead. Perhaps you are one of the lucky ones who are not harmed by Sigismund's presence in Bohemia. Maybe you don't mind selling a piece of your conscience by ratting us out. As for me, I will go to the town hall with my head held high. But you?
Don't worry. I was just teasing you. I think the same of Sigismund. Tell me about your operation here.
We are who we are, and we do what we do. Like the early church of Jesus' apostles, in unity and fidelity to his words. I'm in charge. I plan all our missions. Goliath is the muscle. Knuckles, well, he mostly complains. But he also knows his way around locks. But we're all equal. We share the profits equally, but we don't do it for the wealth. We want to drive Sigismund out of this town.
How can I join you?
You want to join us already? I don't have to talk you into it. That's great. We're not particular about formalities. Let's just have a beer, and then you're one of us.
I'll skip the beer, but keep talking.
That reminds me, I'd like to throw a feast for the poor. The bigger the better.
Didn't you say you were just ordinary people with no money?
We are. And this is where Sigismund comes in. Because he's going to pay for the feast out of his own pocket.
That was a good one. How are you going to make that happen?
Me? No. You'll make it all happen. Listen carefully. Sigismund seized land down in the valley near Pach and built his personal warehouse on it, right under our noses as a provocation. There he stores fancy foods and gifts for his commanders, and for that red-bearded gob of his. Sausages, smoked meats, foreign spices, and more. Fancy delicacies from Italy, Hungary, Slavonia, and all the other shitholes where he owns land. While we're eating porridge and cabbage all the time. You will steal all the food you can carry from that warehouse. And as a nice token, you will leave there... Let's see... What would you leave there?
That cabbage you said you were eating all the time?
Brilliant! Get at least one head from the greengrocer and leave it there for Sigismund. Let him eat for once what we have in our bowls almost every day. But I'm warning you right now, no violence. Don't even think about slitting anyone's throat in that warehouse. The job isn't to punish some poor sod on guard duty. Is that clear?
Got it. What should I do with the stolen food?
You'll give it to the beggars. Let them feast like kings for once. It's not hard to find poor people in the town. Just go to the gates or churches, and you'll surely come across some. There are also tents full of them in Minor Street, Church Street or Cobbler Street. When you're done, come and see me, and we'll figure out what to do next.
Sigismund will be fucking livid he can't enjoy his fine sausages. Can I expect any help from you?
If you need some tools, stop by Knuckles. That's all I can help you with.
All right. I'll head out.
Good luck. Farewell.
I'm here to...
Well, it's about time. Put it somewhere inside.
There must be some mistake. I'm not delivering anything.
What do you want, then?
The innkeeper sent me. He said you're looking to hire someone.
He's not wrong. I was afraid nobody would turn up. Who might you be?
Henry of Scallis.
I'm Betty. I run the place.
I'm guessing business isn't great.
Everyone has to start somewhere. Once I've got the place in good nick and up and running, it'll be the best establishment in the city. I need you to bring some things from Grund, and while you're there, find my wagoner Matsek and bring him back as well. He went there before you and he hasn't come back yet.
Who's Matsek?
The wagoner I hired for the job before you. He still hasn't come back. I reckon he's gone to ground in Grun, so to speak.
Why do you think he's gone to ground?
Matsek's a bit odd, superstitious. He once didn't set foot outdoors for 2 days because there was a black cat outside on the porch. When you meet him, you can ask him about it yourself.
Are you sure he'll be in Grund?
He's bound to be sitting in a tavern, boozing and keeping his head down. He used to steal for a living. So now he sees a catchpole round every corner, and he's afraid of his own shadow.
What do you want me to bring back?
You know, a bit of this and a bit of that.
You're not telling me much.
Curiosity killed the cat.
And what if I told you to forget it?
You wanted a job, didn't you? I promise you won't regret it and you'll enjoy the journey.
All right then. It'll be a surprise. What's in it for me?
A decent bit of coin.
It's a deal. I'll go to Grund for the wagon and its driver.
In the meantime, I'll try and get this place cleaned up a bit. Take care, my friend. Oh my god, this is killing me.
Oh, I can't go any further. It's too deep.
Let's find this goatskin guy.
You silly doggy.
The weather? Do you mean that old ball and chain of yours? If I was under her, I reckon I wouldn't be able to get up either. Greetings.
We've got enough for everyone!
Good morning. Come and buy our fresh wares.
Good day to you. What do you want from me?
Are you in charge of the construction of St. Barbara's? I hear you sent for a blacksmith. Well, here I am. My name is Henry.
Johann Parler is my name, from the Parler Building Works. I think that name should ring some bells?
I'm truly pleased to meet you, sir. So, what do you need? Nails? Carpenter's axes?
Close, but not quite. I need something, let's say, a bit more delicate.
More delicate, you say? And what exactly does that mean?
Oh, there's nothing to fear. Everything will be quite above board. If we are careful. You've never heard of my father, Peter?
I can't say as I have.
He had a divine gift, but he didn't get the chance to see all of his wonderful buildings completed. That task fell upon my shoulders.
Well, that's very nice and all, but I don't have all day here. What do you want me to do?
Construction work is going slower than I'd hoped. Nevertheless, I'm still thinking ahead. Therefore, I'd like to conceal a protective talisman among the roof beams of the cathedral.
Why is that a problem?
Talismans don't grow on trees. I know of 3 here in town, but they're not for sale.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
The first is the horseshoe hanging above the door of the tailor's at the horse market. They say he once got lost in a snowstorm, and Saint Martin himself found him and brought him by horse to the town. He gave him a horseshoe as a reminder.
My word. That tailor was damn lucky.
Don't speak, just listen. The next talisman is a commemorative coin set into the cellar wall above the tavern across from the town hall. And the third is a nail somewhere in the beams of the potter's house in the Czech Quarter. They say he brought it from Sedlet Monastery years ago. I want you to get all 3, smelt them down, and forge an axe out of them that I can use to protect St. Barbara's. Putting a carpenter's axe in the truss work is an old tradition.
And no one will know it's made out of a horseshoe and a coin. Stealing, forging magical items, isn't that all a bit dangerous?
Perhaps a bit, but doesn't the house of God deserve protection more than a few burghers?
Well, if you think so, why don't you try explaining it to them? This won't be an easy job, sir. And it won't be cheap either.
Have no fear. This is not a matter I intend to scrimp over.
Listen, sir. Wouldn't you rather a thunderstone instead?
Indeed, that would be the best thing to have, but where could I get one?
I might happen to have one.
Really? I knew I had the right man. Don't worry, I'll reward you handsomely. By all the saints, a true thunderstone! Can I really have it?
Well, I wouldn't put it that simply.
Right, your reward. You deserve every groschen of it. And you know what? Try and stop by to see Master Eldris, our foundry master here. You might learn something new from him. Till we meet again.
could go
Careful.
for something to eat now.
Greetings to you. How can I help?
Would you like to throw some dice?
What game would you like to play?
Cardinals.
Let's play. We'll see whose side luck is on today.
God bless.
That's enough for me. Your turn. Here.
I'm an idiot.
Damn it!
Why did I pass?
It's a good thing you don't throw like that all the time. If I was you, I'd take it. Here. My God, I'm done. Mother of God, what are you punishing me for?
Yes, I win.
How about a kiss farewell?
Oh, useless!
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. You wouldn't know anything about him, would you?
Don't think so. Who's he supposed to be?
Some vagrant.
Do I look that rough? Like a girl who hangs around with vagabonds? If you're looking for low life, go the tavern on Oprink. We're all honest bathmaids here.
Thanks.
Farewell, my friend.
I haven't even eaten yet.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I'm looking for a certain Goatskin.
I ain't got nobody like that here, sweetie.
Are you sure? I've heard he hangs around here. He's not a customer, more of a pickpocket.
If he ain't a customer, I ain't interested. But you, on the other hand, if you're looking for anything else, I'd be happy to help. God be with you.
Did I hang up the washing properly?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. I heard he sometimes comes here.
Aye, he turns up now and again. The louse. The bastard's ruining my business. 2 of my customers refused to come here again after he robbed them one night.
That's not very nice. And you wouldn't have some idea where I might find Goatskin, would you? I reckon it'd suit you if he packed it in.
You bet it would. But if I knew where to find him, I'd wring his neck myself. That bitch Mary's bound to know, though. She denies it, but we all know she's walking out with him.
I thought you bathhouse girls stuck together. What have you got against Mary?
There's a limit to everything. As soon as you mess with someone's livelihood, you ain't no sister to anyone. She can marry that cripple for all I care, but when he robs our guests and ruins our reputation, she should grab him by the balls herself and... oh, never mind.
Is that all you know about Goatskin?
Ain't that enough for you? I'm not here to know stuff, in case you hadn't realised.
Thanks then. I'll be off.
If you find him, give him a slap from me. God be with you.
God be with you.
A bit longer without food and I'll really start to be grumpy. I really need to... I'm looking for Goatskin. Do you know him?
Nah, you're a good-looking fella. What would I want with some goat skin when I've got a handsome young buck right here in front of me? I couldn't care less about your goat skin.
But I do. And the girls here tell me you know him quite well.
So, you're not here to have a good time. Shame. I know goat skin, but don't expect me to tell you anything. He's lying low, and for good reason. You ain't the first to come looking for him.
Why is he hiding? Who from?
How should I know? He's never far from trouble. Goes with his trade, doesn't it?
Where is he hiding?
I don't know. And even if I did, I don't see why I should tell you. That's why he's hiding. So strangers like you don't find him.
come on now. I'm no stranger. Goatskin is my cousin.
Oh, really? And where are you from?
From, Svietiec.
Nice try. Goatskin ain't from there. He's from Slan.
Yeah. I meant to say Slan.
He mentioned he had a cousin who's a bit soft in the head, but it seems to me more like you're up to something tricky. You're not the first or last fella who tried it on with me. Now excuse me. I need to stop by the seamstress, and you are in my way.
God be with you then.
Just watch where you're going next time.
I'm sorry.
A bit longer without food, and I'll really start to feel
God be with you, my friend. God be with you.
Take a mile.
Thieves, murderers, Greetings. You know you stink, don't you?
I'm looking for this vagabond. Goes by the name of Goatskin.
I don't know him, but this is a miner's tavern. They'll know better than me. Or Wayman the innkeeper might know something. And take a bath, for goodness sake.
I'll pray for this.
How's life treating you?
Not too bad. What do you need, my friend?
I'm looking for someone called Goatskin. I hear he hangs around here.
Goatskin? That mangy piece of shit. He turns up on the street now and then. He never shows his face in my alehouse. No Germans come here. Some Glück.
Goatskin's German? I didn't know that.
Goatskin's above all a slippery bastard who can't be trusted. I've no idea what language he speaks. What I do know is he likes robbing Deutscher merchants. And they don't come in here.
Any idea where I might find Goatskin then?
Try asking in the bathhouse, behind the yards in Hradec Quarter. They get a lot of well-heeled Deutschers in there. And some young wench there has been seeing Goatskin for a while now.
Sounds like you're not too fond of Germans.
It's the local yackers who can't stand them. I've got nothing against them fuckers myself. If you've got glint, come in and make yourself at home. If you ain't, then fuck off.
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
Have something at least. Since I gave you the goods on everything, I helped you out, didn't I? Don't be a pinch purse. Cough up a bit of glint, eh?
What's new in town?
Nothing much. If you're looking for a paying job, you'll have to look elsewhere.
Cotsman woman showing off in her new skirt.
You my ass. She made it out of old quilt
Who's lying here?
Property belongs to someone else. You won't find any mushrooms growing here, so you can go now.
Christ, what did you roll around in?
Sorry. I'll go and take a bath while you're
Is your head made of wood? You can't be here. So, what'll it be? Leave here now! That's it! And next time, don't go creeping around here where you don't belong! The Lord be with you. Oh.
Surprised? But it was just a simple misunderstanding. Bollocks of misunderstanding. You made a fool of yourself.
Greetings.
What am I supposed to do? You should go and see. Nobody else can help you.
Excuse me.
Would you? Maybe because I don't think he'll be able to solve my problem. Heartfelt saved entire masses of Jews and Jonah from the river.
Greetings.
Don't tell me you can't help it.
Excuse me. Greetings. Greetings to you. Do you get a lot of German merchants here?
We used to, from all over the place, but mainly Lausitz. But there ain't so many these days. Unfortunately.
How come?
I don't know, but it's a pity. Merchants tend to have bulging purses. They'll come back, though. But there's one who ain't stopped coming. Udo, he's called. But that's all I can tell you about him. He ain't interested in our services.
He just drinks here.
Drinks and plays dice. almost every evening.
Thanks.
You're welcome. But stick around and spend some coin, so I ain't telling you this for nothing. Farewell, my friend.
Well, you've got pretty eyes.
Oh, and what else?
Not your conversation skills, that's for sure. Put those hands to work.
Oh, all right then.
They give their backs a proper kneading. All the girls do that. There must be something.
I'm looking for a bloke called Goatskin. You don't know him, do you? I heard he hangs around this place.
Goatskin? That lousy bastard robs my customers. Deutschers mostly. And they're the very ones that pay best. What's worse, word's got around already. If you get hold of him, well, there's something I'd like to sort out with him.
I reckon we're talking at cross purposes. I need information from him. I'm not looking for violence.
We really are at cross purposes, then. Because I'm after something else, besides the Germans. Goatskin also robbed a scholar from Prague. Jan Schindel he's called. And I reckon he has friends in high places, because he went straight to the city council. Not good for business.
How will it help you if I find Goatskin?
Schindel complained to the council mainly because Goatskin nicked some scholarly stuff of his. He's one of them fanatic crackpots. So if you tracked down his things and returned them to him, he might drop his complaint.
Any idea what the scholarly stuff was? Books?
No idea. But he said something about constellations, and then something in Latin.
I'll see if I can find his things.
Great. If you find anything, take it straight to Schindel. He lives in the house of Vetter the scribe. And don't forget to tell him I sent you.
Right you are. Now, about that Goatskin.
What do you want to know?
Do you know where to find him?
Not the faintest idea. If I knew, we wouldn't be having this chat. I asked at the Black Horse. Dirty miners, right riffraff, that lot.
What did they tell you?
They claimed not to know anything, but they couldn't stop smirking, bastards.
Have you ever seen him up close? Can you tell me what he looks like?
Like any other tramp. Filthy and disgusting. And he's got a dent in his head the nippers could use for a game of marbles. I reckon that's where his wits fell out. And he's hardly got any teeth. But what would you expect?
You wouldn't happen to have a German customer here now, would you?
I reckon not. But I'm not sure. Ask the girls. Just please, don't interrogate my guests, all right?
I'll go and look somewhere else now.
Aye. If you do find him, watch out. He may look like a half-wit, but he's a right slippery snake.
Right.
Tschüss, mein Freund.
What are you here for today?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
Do I know him? That fucker is the bane of our lives. Why are you even looking for an idiot like him?
He knows some things that I'd like to know too.
What would he know? A mangy vagabond?
Do you know where he might be?
How should I know? If I knew, I'd have told Adam long ago. He'd wring the bastard's neck in a trice. Last week alone, he robbed 3 of our customers. All German.
Why does he choose to rob Germans?
A German merchant always has more coin in his purse than a Czech one. Haven't you noticed that?
Could you tell me where exactly he robbed the customers?
Hard to say. You know how it is. Drunk and merry gents who can hardly walk. But it usually happens somewhere near the Black Horse, and in those lanes there. The bastard stays clear of the main streets. For good reason.
Have you got any German customers here now?
What do you think? No. because words got round. Except Udo. He couldn't care less, it seems.
And is Udo here now?
No, it's too early for him. He usually comes later in the evening. I reckon he only comes here when other alehouses kick him out.
You know Goatskin's seeing one of your girls.
What? Nonsense. I mean, I wouldn't put anything past my girls, but I can't believe they choose to hang out with a vagabond like that.
That's what I heard.
Everyone badmouths whores. You know what it's like. Nobody stands up for them. But if it's true, then as soon as I found out who, she'll be out on her arse.
Thanks. I'll be going.
You're welcome. And have a word with Adam if you really want to find your goatskin. He's the owner. I reckon he'd be keen to find him too.
I need to take a load off.
Certainly. We're open.
I'd like to get to know one of your pretty bathmates.
My girls know how to make a fella happy.
What I really need right now is a little taste of paradise.
All right, but money up front.
Let's talk about the price.
Certainly. No problem. All right, then. Let's get to it. Follow me.
I'm sorry if I startled you. That's just the way I like it. I'd be happy to do it again next time.
Hey, it seems you lied to me when I asked you about goatskin that time.
What makes you say that?
I hear he has a sweetheart here at the baths. Have you heard about that?
Aye. And she told me to keep my mouth shut if anyone comes asking about goatskin.
So you won't say who she is? Or where goatskins hold up? Right. Look, I'm not looking for him for the hell of it. I have certain intentions.
I didn't think you just wanted a chat with him.
And you ought to know I'm acting on behalf of some rich and powerful men. Given your position, you'd be better off being on good terms with me and my masters than with a grubby thief.
And do these masters of yours have names?
Now it's my turn to play dumb.
I thought as much. I have all kinds of clients, you know. Rich merchants, patricians, noblemen. So I can tell who moves in better circles and who don't. And you sure as hell don't.
I'm in disguise. To fit in.
Oh, Jesus. Look, let's drop it, all right? Anyone can tell you're just a common yokel.
Supposing I left you a few groschen.
If you dropped a decent pile of coin, then we could talk.
Here you are. So, tell me, where can I find goatskin?
I can't tell you that, but Mary will know. She's the one hanging round with him.
Another bathmaid?
Uh-huh. Take care, sir.
I apologize.
Have you got anything good to drink here?
Of course I do, handsome. Would you like some? And then maybe we can have a bit of fun. How about it?
No thanks.
Suit yourself, handsome. Your loss.
I wanted to ask more about goatskin.
My God, are you soft in the head? I don't know nothing, and I don't talk to strangers.
Look, I'll find him either way. I found slippier bastards than that goat skin of yours, and if I'm in a good mood when I find him, I might not even hurt him. But if you keep making it difficult for me, I'm gonna lose my patience, and then it's gonna get nasty for both you and Goatskin. So what'll it be?
You think you can scare me with your tough talk? I don't scare easy, lad. I'm a bathhouse whore, in case you haven't noticed. I let myself get fucked for money, and not always nicely. Perverts, rapists, pigs every blessed day, so I don't give a shit about your lame threats.
Alright, but Goatskin...
Goatskin will take care of himself. He might be a nobody, but he's as crafty as a fox. Now excuse me. I need to stop by the seamstress, and you are in my way.
God be with you then.
Take care now.
I apologize.
Okay, this is where I'll be ending the stream, and we'll pick this all up again tomorrow and continue looking for this goatskin. I want to thank everyone for stopping by saying hi, or just to chill and lurk, and I want to thank Hannibal Lobby for the raid. Thank you, and goodbye.